Hi, welcome to video 3 of Be an Amazing Writing Teacher, where I hope to share lots of tips and strategies and ideas, mini lessons, things that I use in my classroom and that I present to teachers at workshops and events, and I hope that it's helpful for you. It is something that I use to get my kids excited about writing and also to give them the tools they need to be good writers. So today's lesson is on, something I do the very beginning of the year, something on generating ideas, because we all know one of those awful things is staring at the blank page and not knowing what you want to write about. So this will give kids some tools, some things that they can save and keep, whether it's digitally or they keep it in a writing folder. I do it old school on a writing folder, but they're also welcome to keep it digitally on their iPads. So I hope that this will give you some ideas for ways that you can have ideas ready at the get-go of your writing lessons so that kids are spending more time working on what you're teaching and what this new strategy or skill is, rather than what they're going to write about. So one of the things that I do, and I still do this with my third graders, I did it back when I taught first grade as well, I use a me page. I just took a bubble letter M-E stencil that I had and I copied it, I just traced around it, and it's big enough that they can fill it with lots of writing. And so what I'll do, what I used to do, I learned from this, I used to say, okay, write about everything that you know about and care about in the me. And sometimes they would be trying to put in full sentences, and some of them came up with just a few things. And so what I learned over time is, instead of just turning them loose, because actually opening the whole world to them is overwhelming, and they get to be more creative and think of more ideas when you put a structure on it. So what I use are questions. So I'll ask them things like, okay, we're gonna start with, just list the names of the people in your family. And then they'll do that because, if they were to write a story about one of those family members, now they have that fresh in their mind and they can pick one of those, and I can tell you they would have lots of things to say probably about each one. And then I'll have them list maybe their pets. I'll have them list vacations that they've taken. I'll have them list clubs and things that they might be in. And then I always ask them too, like, have you ever had to go to the hospital for something, whether it's for yourself or for a family member that was hurt? And that's always a good story. Or if they've ever broken an arm or a leg, I'll tell them to jot that down, broken arm, because then of course everyone wants to tell the story of how they broke their arm. So things like that, if you can ask targeted questions that will get some stories on the paper, I can tell you while you're asking those questions, they want to share right then and there, but I tell them, you're going to get a chance to share this through your writing, which is another way of communicating stories. So we fill that thing up after me prompting them with all different kinds of questions. And then on the back side of that paper, I have at the top, expert list. And so now I'll talk to them about, okay, so what are some things that you're an expert on? And I don't mean you went to college for this, or you have a degree in this, or you work professionally in this, of course, because you're a kid, you're a student. But there are a lot of things that you're an expert on compared to me, or compared to someone else in the classroom. So for example, I run lots of marathons. And so I could put on my expert list running races or just running. And that would be something that I could share ideas about and training advice that maybe someone else in the classroom could not. Someone else might be taking karate lessons. They could put down karate as one of the things that they're an expert on compared to other people in the class. There might be someone that is in 4-H and they're taking sewing projects and they could talk about that. Maybe someone plays an instrument of some kind. So if they play the ukulele or the piano or the violin, they could write down that instrument and they get to be the expert for that. So different things that they've had experiences with that maybe other kids haven't, or maybe they even have, but if they have those experiences that they would like to share with others, then that's an awesome thing that they could write about and should go on that list. So that's what the expert list is all about. So there on that one page, they have all these things that they know about and care about on their me side, and they have all of these things that they're an expert on, that they've learned how to do on the back side. And I have them keep that in their writing folder, which is a really integral part of our writing tools, because I have them refer back to that writing folder for lots of different things that we put in there as we add to it. So those are just some ideas that they can come up with. Now, when I taught first grade, I also would ask parents if they could fill out a little survey for me, and they usually can think of more ideas even than their own child can, of course. But the most effective thing I found was way back when, in the olden days when we used to develop film and they would give us little photo albums at Walgreens and Walmart when you took your film in to get developed, I used to save those. I had all my family members save them. I had parents in the classroom saving them. So every year I could pass one of those little photo albums, which you can still buy in the store, out to each student. And I would ask parents on parent night to take that little album home and fill it with pictures that would definitely generate a story. So maybe it's a picture of their pet, or maybe it's a picture of a parade their child was in, or maybe it's a picture of some special vacation or birthday party. Whatever it is, special things that might generate an idea or a story for the kids. And as they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. And it's true, because when they start looking through those pictures, they can't wait to show you and tell you a story about every single one of them. So that is something that also just slides right into their writing folder and is an awesome way to generate ideas. So when you're getting ready to write a story or to practice something, like when I do the beginnings lesson, the very first video, I have them go back into that writing folder because I've already done that lesson right at the beginning. And I'll say, look at your me page, look at your expert page, look through your pictures. Pick one topic that you could write about and try those 3 beginnings with that topic. And so they are armed. They have all kinds of ideas, and then they just have to practice the skill that we were working on and not worry about struggling and wasting the whole writing time on trying to figure out what they would like to write about. It also comes in handy later when we're doing poetry writing or when we're doing informative writing and we're doing a how-to. Look at that expert page. What can you teach us how to do that you know how to do? And so it comes in handy all year round. I recommend it. So that is my tip for at the beginning of the year, getting kids to get those ideas generated to save as a tool for later that they can refer back to. If you like this video, or if you have other ideas to share with all of us, that would be awesome if you put those in the comments, because then we can all benefit from that. I'd love it if you would like this video and subscribe if you're interested. Like I said, I'm going to keep producing these for a while, but if I notice there isn't much interest, then I probably will just stop, because I am working on a book with all of these ideas as well. So if the videos aren't helpful, then I'll just go back to the book. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this is a great kickoff for you at the beginning of the year to use that first week. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.